My name is Verona. I'm the second vocal coach here on the Cardivox Academy channel. So I'm going to be covering everything that's clean vocal singing because Mark is really the specialist for harsh vocals. So I'm the new coach. So I'm very excited to be with you. I'm very excited to be part of the team. This is my third vocal coach reaction. If you haven't watched the others, I really recommend them. They're very good, very good. So basically, a little bit about me. I'm a singer-songwriter from Montreal, Canada. I'm French-Canadian, and my brain is kind of half French, half English. So sorry if I make some mistakes. And yeah, I've been touring around the world with bands and with my original projects. So I've been singing pop, rock, R&B, jazz, even opera singing. So I'm all over the place and I love singing, and I love vocal technique. And I've been teaching singing for the past 12 years. While I was still studying singing, I got my first students. So yeah, so a lot of case studies, with the students. So I love analyzing vocals. So vocal reaction videos are kind of just a little treat for me. It's just very fun to do. So far, I've loved it. This will be my third one. So today I'm going to be covering Rolling in the Deep, a cover. So yes, it's the Adele song, but the cover from Linkin Park. And rest in peace, Chester Bennington. He's a legend, of course. I already knew him. I knew he was a great vocalist. So I'm really excited to see how he sings a pop song, so I can't wait to hear his version of this. And that's it. Let's dive right in. Let's just do it.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door. Finally, I see you crystal clear. Go ahead and send me out while I lay your ship bare. See how I lean with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door. The skies of your...
Okay, I'll stop already. Because just the first verse, there's so much thing I just noticed. Wow, such a great voice. He was so good. Okay, so yeah, definitely he's a tenor. All right. First thing, he's in the high pitched voice for males. I talked about it in my first vocal coach reaction video. If you didn't see it, basically everybody has a register. Like you're either, for guys it's bass. This is the lowest register. Then you have baritone. Most of men are baritones, and then you have tenors. Tenors are like high pitched voice. They usually even speak high, so yeah, very a tenor voice. That's why he's able to sing a woman's song. I don't know if it's the exact same key. I don't remember Adele's key, but it's pretty close. So yeah, something interesting that I've noticed in the first verse is that, like, the first sentence, listen to the word, there's a fire, his accent, it's really like a vowel, and makes it sound so tiny, like his voice is actually tinier. Look at that.
It's bringing me out the door. Starting in my...
Okay, let's just go back from the top.
There's a fire.
So a. And then the same note on another sentence. Where is it? I really heard another tone. Like his voice completely changes because of how he pronounced the vowel. Okay, let me. So you notice that? You notice that the a, like very very twangy and tight and very tiny placement. High larynx. Like when I'm talking about larynx position, basically, like when you have a voice like this is a high larynx position, like, oh baby, you know? And oh, low larynx position is like almost a yawn. Oh, or share like, do you believe in life after love? Yeah, those are the lyrics. So this is a low larynx placement. And then you have a neutral one. This is the one I'm talking with. So on the A, he really has a high larynx position. Let's just go back to it.
There's a fire.
And then he has a low larynx position, and what I think it's the third sentence.
Out the door. Final.
Final. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, he could have done final. He could have kept like his high larynx position because it's the same exact note as the other word. So there's a, and then final. No, just because he switched the vowel there, his tone completely changed. So that's the first thing. Because I'm not used to listening to his voice, so that's like the first thing I noticed. Like he just shaped his mouth. He has like two different voices. So that's crazy. Let's just hear it again, okay? Let me know if you... I'll mimic it. Like when it's high, I'll do this. And when it's low, I'll do this. Okay?
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door. Finally, I see you crystal clear. Go ahead and send me out while I lay your ship bare. See how I lean with every piece of...
So the how was pretty neutral. Like, see how. It was not tight, and it was not see how or see how. Sorry, it sounds awful. Just explaining stuff.
I lean with every piece of you. Don't underestimate
okay.
the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the door.
Yeah, okay, so that's just what I wanted to point like on the same note, you can have two different tones, and that's very interesting. Sometimes I have students who don't like their tone. They're like, "Oh, I sound so nasal," or I sound like a child, or I sound whatever. Whatever they don't like their voice. But they sing on pitch, all the rhythm is fine, like the technique is fine, and then we just understand that they don't like that position, that larynx position. Sometimes it's complete opposite from students to students. Like some students will love their voice with a low larynx position. Some students will hate their voice with a low larynx position or high larynx or whatever. Usually people love a neutral position, but it really depends of the style that you want. And it really depends, like, I mean, there's so many artists that made a career out of just staying in the same larynx position. I would have thought that he would have been high the whole time, because that's how, in my mind, that's what I think of when I think Linkin Park. It's like, like kind of high, neutral to high. So I was very surprised to just hear, oh, yeah. That's just a little tiny thing. If you don't like your voice, just think, am I in a yawning position, or am I feeling it's really tight, or do I feel nothing? If you feel nothing, usually you're in a neutral shape. If you don't like the neutral sound of your voice, just yawn it a little bit. Hi. Usually it's going to make your sound more darker, warmer. There's a lot of jazz singers that use voices like that with a low larynx. Do you know what I mean? So like, fly me to the moon. So for guys, if you want to have a crooner voice, I know we're in a hard rock channel, but I mean, you see, sometimes he does it. And of course, at the end of the verse, he flips into his falsetto. Let's just listen to it again.
Reaching a
So chest voice reaching. And then I'm flipping in my falsetto voice. Falsetto is just an Italian term that means fake voice. So it's like your little Minnie Mouse voice, little fairy voice, or head voice, but in a little light way, because head voice can be very powerful too. But that's just like the basic head voice. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Just had so much to say.
Fever pitch and it's bringing me out the door. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you and my heart inside your hand, but you played it to the beat.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love it. Okay, so, I mean, pre-chorus, what happened? What happened? Pretty much the same thing, I would say. Same placement as the, as the verse. Yeah, pretty much. What another thing that I noticed from his singing technique, his singing approach, is that there's a lot of glottal attacks. Ooh, new concept here, or is it? Did I talk about it? Did Mark talk about it? So this is how you attack a word or a syllable that doesn't have a consonant. You know, because if you say a word like theirs or fire, starting, they all start with s. So, I mean, you don't have to think about how you arrive on the note. But when a word starts with nothing, just a vowel, okay, like a fire, okay, in my heart, a fever pitch, and out. So those words, they don't have consonants, right? So there are three approach to sing them. And you're very lucky. I'm making like kind of an advanced class here. But basically, it's like you can either attack it with air. Some people would say hi, hi, like if there were a H in front. So it's not hi, but it's like hi or and it's whatever. So there's no. Hey fire. So you can put a little bit of air and then the note arrives. So that's the breathy attack. That's not what he does. Because you see, breathy attacks are really smooth. Then there's the simultaneous attack, but I won't cover it because this is like the most difficult one, and it's a mix of breathy and glottal. So let me just explain the glottal attack because that's what he does. So this is a glottal attack, like o. Simultaneous attack will be ha 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 he he he. So you see, it's not that there's like ha ha. There's no air before, but there's no glottal attack. It's just pure vowel. So usually in classical singing, that's what people practice because it's very clean and it's very smooth, but it's precise at the same time. It's not too smooth, like breathiness, out of the way for classical singing, but in pop, it's very popular. Less in rock because it makes your voice very soft. So yeah, glottal attacks, so popular in rock music because you get the placement and you get like the power from the oh. So there's a fire starting in my heart. You see? So instead of starting in, he could have linked his words, but he didn't. Okay? So I don't know if you watched my first episode. I'm talking about Sleep Token Alkaline. So it's the total opposite. Really. Like the Sleep Token singer, he links all of his words like a kind of a classical approach or musical theater approach, like very like smooth, even jazz approach. But not him. Like there's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch. He could have done reaching a fever pitch. So let's just and then the chorus is we could have had, yeah, sorry, I have my lyrics over there. We could have had it all. He could have done just we could have had it all. You know, link the word, but no, he cuts it. Wait. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Eyes of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling. Keep me thinking that we almost had it all.
That we almost had. That we almost had. Did he say? No, not had. There's an H there.
Thinking that we almost had it all.
Yeah, so almost had it all. Glottal attack. It really gives a vibe. It really gives a style. Like if you want your voice to sound more rock, try that. But try it. I mean, it might hurt you. You really have to be careful with your air pressure there. So take some vocal coaching lessons before trying it out at home. Because you can get really tired with this technique. I don't know how he does that. Like it's easier to do the other technique. But yeah, so that's what I heard. And then the chorus, first thing I noticed is that he has a very nice vibrato. Let's hear the vibrato again.
Rolling in the deep.
You heard that? Wow, such a nice, beautiful head voice. Deep. Even faster than mine. Wow. Very fast vibrato. That's very cute.
We could have had it all.
Even his chest voice has a vibrato that high. That's amazing. Basically, vibrato is a change of pitch. So you have the note. Let's say, no, that's not gonna. I just tap it, a do. Okay, so it's a A. So a vibrato is like you're bending the pitch a little bit. So now I'm bending it way too much, but like you're bending it just a tiny bit that the average of the note is still the A. So you're just bending a little bit too high, and then a little bit too low. And really, I have softwares that I can see the voice that I'm using with my students and with myself. It's very nice. You record your voice and you actually see when you have a vibrato. It's like in mathematics classes, you remember sinusoidal. I don't know how to say that in English, but the wave, it's exactly the same when a vibrato is really like healthy. A not healthy vibrato will be like triangles, and it just doesn't sound free. So it's crazy how music is like mathematics. Like even when we freaking like analyze a voice in a software and it gives us the note, it looks like that. It's crazy. Anyway, so his vibrato is so healthy. It's the same. It's like a same rhythm, and he stays on the note and it vibrates on the note. So that means the placement is good. That means he doesn't have tension. You're not gonna have a vibrato if you're having tensions. I have great exercises to unlock your vibrato or to control it. Sometimes people have too much vibrato. So they have too much vibrato, and there are exercises to slow it down or to just control. Because sometimes it's nice to have a straight note and then you have the vibrato, or sometimes, it's nice to be in control of the vibrato and you say, okay, now's the time I want the vibrato for the emotional release. Let's just have a vibrato. So he chose to have the vibrato the whole note. I found it beautiful. I'm not even sure Adele has that as such a free vibrato. Not even sure. So and he has it in chest voice and in head voice. That's very, very interesting. So yeah, vibrato. Vibrato is so, so nice, and it gives so much emotion. Yeah.
Rolling in the deep.
Woo.
You have my heart inside your head, but you played it to the beat.
Nice. Yeah.
cause mine sure won't be shared.
So I said in my previous 2 videos, I'm talking like I have so many reaction videos, but I've talked about the flipping. So let me just explain to it again, because that's what he did. Just so making a home down there. So it starts with his talking voice, and in the same sentence, he flips for just one syllable in head voice, and then he comes back. Flipping, that technique of flipping from registers, it really gives a lot of emotion, because your voice breaks. Yes, it's controlled, it's on a note, but it breaks. So it's like you're actually crying for real. It's the same technique as crying. Sometimes I have exercises for my students. I won't give you the exercises, but basically sometimes I tell them, cry more, because it's really like, ah. it's that's what happens. So I don't know if it's natural, or I mean, Adele does that too. She flips a lot. So he just did like her, but you're hearing the emotion, right? It's like so beautiful.
Despair, making a home down there, cause mine sure won't be shared. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all.
Sorry. I'm used to sing that song. I've sung that song a lot in concerts, so it's very interesting to compare how he sang it and how I was singing it, and how Adele sings it and whatever. So again, are you hearing the glottal attacks? There's one thing that I want you to remember, a concept that I want you to learn from this reaction video, it's the glottal attacks. Glottal attacks. He does that. If you want to sound like him, use glottal attacks. If you're not sure if you're hurting yourself, take some singing lessons. Okay, and then there's one sentence. He doesn't inhale at the same place as what we usually do. So usually it's in the scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling. Usually we inhale after breathless, I think. That's my souvenir. It's been a couple of years. But yeah, so the fact that he doesn't inhale, he links the two sentences together. So the scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling. Like that gives, he emphasizes the word help. I mean, he was telling us, guys.
The skies of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all, rolling in the deep.
So yeah, just so that you know, for your interpretation, like it really changes the interpretation that he didn't inhale at the same place, and he decided to give more, like to stress the syllable help, like because inhale just before, so he arrives with more power in it instead of the word I, it just switches the perspective. Okay, I can get deep into interpretation stuff. Beautiful falsetto.
You had my heart inside of your head, but you played it to the beat. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You had my heart inside of your head, but you played it with the beat. through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you're looking for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. Pay me back in time and reach just what you sow.
Okay, that was great. That was great. I was wondering what he's gonna do for the bridge, because so far he's been singing the song. I mean, of course, he's been singing not like Adele, but he kind of followed the same rhythms and notes, basically, not the same way of attacking the notes and not the same places to inhale, but still, it was pretty much like a real cover, you know. But he completely changed the rhythm for the bridge. Like, I mean, not all the sentences, but like the first sentences. Let's just get back to it.
Throw your soul through every open door.
Wow. Okay, so he's arriving super late. I mean, super late. Like, so instead of throw yours, look, this is the beat. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw your sorrow. So the word throw is it a good word? Yeah, throw. It's supposed to be on the first beat. So he's like, throw your sorrow. I don't know what he did, but he's like completely off beat, but he knows where he is. That's being a real freaking artist. You know where your first beat is. You always know, so you can play with the rhythm. This is almost jazz.
Throw your soul through every open door.
Then he comes back.
To find what you're looking for.
Find what you're looking for.
Turn my sound.
So yeah, so the second sentence he comes back, but then he kind of jazzed up the end. So to find what you're looking for instead to find what you like. What was it? Throw your soul through every open door. Then want your blessing to find what you look for. So it was to find what you look for. That's not what he did. Not at all. So count your blessings to find what you're looking for. Or what the da 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 da. That's totally his invention. I love when people do covers like that. Like, we recognize the song, but please play with it.
Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. Pay me back in time and reach just what you sow.
And this sentence is exactly, pretty much like Adele's original song. So play with it. Come back to the real version. That's how we do. It's the same thing when you play a jazz standard. In jazz, when I studied in jazz, okay? So in jazz, you have the music sheet. Okay, so this is the melody. You're not allowed to do like that. It's the opposite of classical. Classical, if you don't follow exactly how it is, you're going to be punished and you're going to have a bad grade. But in jazz, it's like, okay, so here's the melody. Please change it. But we have to recognize it, but please change it. You can add notes, you can add rhythms. So that's what he does, and it's very, very fun.
You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you.
Okay, so I was about to talk about it. Oof, not my best sentence. Huh? So, mic techniques. We really see it in that part. So, and by the way, that's very nice because he's actually singing the back vocalist part. You're gonna wish you never met me. That's usually back vocalist singers. Back vocal singers that sing that part. So he does that. And do you notice how close he is to the mic when he's, you're gonna wish you. And then when he comes back in his chest voice, hey, he's a little further. That's called auto compression. So you actually decide how much volume you want to send to your engineer so that he doesn't have to go like this with the fader on his mixing console. So yeah. So learn. That's exactly how close you should be. You have to kiss the mic when you're in head voice. I mean, the falsetto like that, the breathy, soft head voice. Yeah, kiss the mic. Mine is full of lip gloss, like in red lipstick. Not gloss, lipstick. It's all red. It's all red. Yeah. Yes, that's so good. There we go. Yes. Yes. Awesome performance. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. There's just a last tiny thing that I mean I could have said so much more, I think. But this is pretty much the yeah, I think I've said enough. Otherwise it would be 2 hour long videos. I mean, depends if that's what you want. Comment below. Let me know. What if it's? I think it's long enough. So yeah, he used glottal attacks, nice falsetto, nice vibrato, lots of emotion. Of course. I mean, of course, of course. Like you can say that he actually has a story in mind. It's not his lyrics. That's what's amazing. He didn't write that song, but I'm sure he relates. Like there's an inner story. Like you sing a lyric and there's something associated with it and you're there when you sing. You're in that moment. I don't know, the breakup that you lived or the person you would like to sing it to. Yeah, he's in there, he's even closing his eyes like he yeah. So very very amazing performance. Last thing, he's not always on pitch. Okay, he's pretty, I mean, sorry, I don't want to sound picky, but he's pretty off pitch a lot of times. That actually made me feel really good about me because I'm really hard on myself. And sometimes I don't publish stuff just because there's like one note that is like 20/100th of a half step. Like that's not even like I'm really, really just a little flat, but like most of people don't even hear it. So there's a lot of places he's a little flat, like, or pretty flat. He's almost not on the note. But you know what? Okay, that was in 2011. So that's why it's been a while. But right now, these days, most of singers, even rock, I'm sorry to tell you that, but there is live autotune. If you didn't know, I'm sorry to tell you that. So it's like an autocorrector for pitch in live. And that makes me really angry. I hate it. It modifies your tone. It gives like a little like metallic tone, and most of people don't notice it, but your voice will always be perfect, perfect, perfect. Of course, you have to be a good singer. If you sing too far from the truth, autotune is not even going to be able to pick you up, not in live, because that's I mean, it's like very fast, you know? So you have to be a good singer, and then they put autotune over you. I don't even know why. So I like to hear performance like that it's raw, true vocals. That's how he sang. Yes, it's a little flat here and there. Yes, there is some off pitch, but you know that it's his real voice. So I prefer that 100%. I prefer that, especially live. Okay, maybe not on an album. It depends. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have like a really, really strong relative pitch. And it's kind of we call it déformation professionnelle in French. How do you say that? It's like a professional deform. I don't know. I don't know how to say. It's like, because of my job, this is an effect of my job on me. I just hear everything and I get annoyed very easily, but at the same time, that makes me a good coach because I hear everything. So yeah, so but you know what? That didn't even bother me the whole way through. I was like, oh, he's just a little flat here, but it gives a vibe, it gives an attitude. I don't know. So yeah, that's the only last thing. Rest in peace. Right, my God. I don't even know how to talk anymore. So much emotion. Rest in peace. Because I was thinking about pitch. Peace. It did peace. And thank you for your music. Thank you for your legacy. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And see you soon. If you want vocal lessons with me, go on the Cartervox Academy website and just ask for Verona. I'm going to be your coach for anything that's not harsh vocals. Everything else, bring it on. Even opera, whatever, what you need. I'm here for you. Okay, guys, see you. Ciao.